Well, boys, we're back with another video. This one won't be that long. I've been complaining a lot in all my hunter videos that the Tradeskill visible ores, so armor drops, are just not showing up. And I like to complain about stuff. We all do. And I check the forums and everyone's complaining. And there's no answer. Everything is just bitching and moaning about bad drop rates. Be it visible armor, because you're like me and you can't run the Under Siege mission by yourself, so you can't pick up your armor that way. Or maybe you're another solo player and you just got lucky and you picked up a whole bunch, but you don't have any otherworldly focus for Augs. There's always something that you're missing in EverQuest, and I decided instead of bitching, I'd figure this out, and so I did. I spent time on Magello. And I actually just read something somewhere, I think on Reddit, that the guy who created Magello doesn't want you to pronounce it that way. I don't know how she would pronounce it. And I went through Out of Shadows zones, and then I sorted by level on the NPCs. And that pulled up the majority of the named. Obviously some zones have NPCs that are not bosses, but hey, you know what? So I clicked through those, and I start to notice that there's usually 2 in every zone that can drop the Tradeskill armor piece that you need, the Otherworldly hand armor drop. And so I started looking at the other ones, and there's otherworldly focus of power, or whatever it's called. Let me see. It's called focus of fortitude. So I compiled the list for you all, and essentially there's 2 mobs in each zone, with the exception of 2. One of them being Shar Vahl divided, because you have the group mission and Under Siege, which gives you a chance for armor, and then the other being Ruins of Shadowhaven, which has the mission that gives you the chance for jewelry for non-visible Tradeskill. So if you want to farm ores, that's what I'm calling them, in Firefall Pass, the insect, which I still have not gotten spawn after 200 plus placeholders, the Matriarch, which I know is true because that's where I got my first bracer. In Shadeweaver's Tangle, there's that undead on the far west side, Cackling Bones. I haven't killed it yet. I've only killed this mob, Molten Wildfire, in Shadeweaver's Tangle. The video hasn't come out yet, but I think it did drop a piece of armor, and it was a duplicate. In Shadowhaven, you get Brute. Problem with Brute, and again, from what I understand, the problem with these 2 is they don't ever show up. And I understand the problem with these is that the placeholders have, almost boss level hit points. Let alone, I think they don't show up either, because tier 1 mobs don't show up. Ruins of Shadowhaven is Brute. Its placeholder is also like these. They have 200 plus million, so it's a pain in the butt. In Shar Vahl, you have Gorespit. The Gorespit camp it sucks. I don't think the video's out yet. It will be out soon. It's not worth it. In PD, you have Vahl and Arly. You see, I'm camping Arly. I just got boots from a quick camp of this room. The video is already out on this one. You know what to do. as of right now, between these two, this is the one you want to work. Vahl is not a bad camp. It's over here. When you zone in to PD and wherever you're at, hit Levant, and then you just run north into this room. The problem is there's a roamer that kind of can be messy with the camp. The Arly camp is much easier. In Deepshade there are two. I think both of these are. This one's not out yet. This one is just went out a few days ago, maybe a week ago. I know for a fact this one drops. I got another duplicate off this. In Darklight, I've killed these. I don't think I picked up any armor in Darklight, but according to Magello, these are the bosses that drop visible armor ores. So, if you're a solo player, PD is probably where you want to go, unless you really just want to kill. This is the safest camp. Brute is the safest camp. The video I have up not only walks you through how to kill, to get the safe, easy one, the roamer, but one of the viewers, the commenters below me, put a detailed how to do like multiple spawn points. So this camp in Deepshade, it's not bad. It didn't want to spawn that quickly for me, much better than tier 1, but this Windra is not bad. I didn't like Eelworm camp because I hate fighting in water. The Rabid plant is very doable. The thing is it's similar to tier 1. It's not as bad, but there are a lot of spawn points, so you have a lower chance of spawn per spawn point. I guess the formula has been redone at some point where, say you have a 1 in 20 chance of spawning, but then it's exponentially increased per spawn point. So it's 1 in 40 on the next one and 1 in 50. And you guys will see when it comes to some of the Firefall pass videos that I break well into the almost 300 placeholders before I get a spawn. So, boys, I bitched a lot. I will continue to bitch because it's EverQuest, but if you need armor, Tradeskill armor, visible armor, this is the list. I will copy and paste this into the description. This is the list. Unless, of course, you can run Under Siege mission. And then just keep running it over and over until you get all your drops. So, I know this video will help you guys. It helped me to get things organized. I know on every patch day I will run into Shadowhaven, see if Brute's up, and then I'll run into PD and see if these two are up. And then I'm bound in Shadowhaven, so I will gate back and I will run to Deepshade and I will run Darklight, and I will check all of these. You can cross this one off, but I will check all of these. Because as of February 3rd, I am still missing 1 bracer, 1 pair of pants. So I've still got to get those knocked out. So boys, hope this video helps you guys. I hope it puts it in a perspective of where you need to camp. You can obviously take this information I just shared with you and apply it to any of the items. If you need, for some reason you're not running door mission and you need jewelry, you can go onto Magello and do what I did, sort until you click on each one of the bosses till you see one that's showing Otherworldly fastener. And then click on that and it will give you a list of other NPCs that have dropped it. Or you can go zone by zone like I did. There's ways to do this data. I'm sure there's somebody out there with some programming could probably just pull the data off of the site. But I decided to do it the old-fashioned way. I clicked, I wrote it down. There you go. Boys, see you in the next video.